Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we have my August 2025 favorites and one fail. So let's get right into them. My first favorite is actually that dress. So I'm gonna quickly pop in some B-roll of me trying on the dress when I first purchased it, and then we'll come back and chat. This is originally shown in a size medium here, but I did return it for a size small. And then I had the straps altered to just get it a little bit of a tighter fit on my shoulders, but that's my fault for having a short torso. Couple things to note on this dress. Even though I bought it back in late May, I believe, they actually still have it fully stocked at Nordstrom, and it's actually still running full price. So I'm hoping that because they've had it for a little bit, they might run a deal or a sale on it pretty soon. They also were carrying the same exact dress in the reverse color. This is in a size small, so you can see it's a much better fit. So I would definitely size down if you're going to make a purchase. Love that dress as well, but I decided to take a chance this time since I have so many black clothing items that I wanted to keep this through the summer, and I'm so glad I did. I have gotten compliment after compliment every single time I wear it. I love it because it makes me feel put together and feminine, but because of the color scheme, and you can tell it's a favorite of mine, it just doesn't feel overly feminine. And even though it's a tiered dress, it doesn't feel like too flouncy either. And it does have pockets. It's so forgiving and comfortable. And I just have to mention that my weight has fluctuated really severely this whole summer, and that dress has absolutely rescued me. I've been able to wear that dress when I can't wear anything else, and because of that and because of the color scheme, I think that I can actually pull this well into like the fall season and maybe pushing into if we have like more milder winter weather, because I can throw a jacket over, maybe a crop jacket. It look really cute, and I can also layer underneath it. The next item I wanted to mention is this little tiny wallet. It's leather. It smells so good, and I purposely bought this color because many of my handbags have this in it, like maybe as a trim color, and one of my new favorite little bags that's coming up next matches this as well. So when I bought this from the Nordstrom sale, it was on sale for about $45, which to me was a fair price because, again, it is leather, really nice, really high quality, and All Saints is a really good brand. They do carry it still in 3 color options. I believe they have a navy, a black, and this. And they're on deal again, so they're like 33% off. So I think in all reality, they might be either the same price or $1 or $2 cheaper than when I made the purchase. Now, what I love about this is it has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 little slots for cards, which is plenty. And we all kind of can double up on certain cards if we need to. The other side doesn't have anything, so you won't be able to use that for anything. And then it has a full zip, which I love, because in here, then I can put something that it's either more important, or if I have, change or cash, whatever that I need stored in there a little bit more properly. And it's paper thin, so it fits in literally just about anything. And I purposely bought this for when I'm either traveling or I need like a tiny, maybe clear bag or something for a, event, a concert, a football game, that kind of thing. Love, love, love this. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, can you see the pebbling on that? Gorgeous. Some of these favorites, you guys are going to get so annoyed with me because you're going to be like, do you buy anything else? No, not really. If I love something, I generally buy it, maybe in multiples or different versions of it. And I keep my stuff like a ridiculously long period of time. So yes, you are going to see certain things and they may recycle themselves as favorites. So all that being said, I bought a second one of these little mini totes from Target. This, I think they're about $20. You'd think I would have that memorized by now, but I don't. So I bought this clear one because I actually tried the other one that they have. They have one that's a little more of like a camera style bag, and I grabbed that and I kind of wore it around for a little bit, but it didn't really fit my style. And I truly, truly love a bag that has a little top handle on it, because I don't always want my crossbody to be crossbody at all times. Or we all know, as we're out and about at events or we have to go to the bathroom or something, sometimes we just need to grab our bag and get out the door. And I don't want to be fussing with with kind of doing the crossbody situation at that moment. So I like options, and these bags do it all. And I love this color scheme because, again, most of my clothing is like this, and a lot of my shoes have this color brown in it. So this was the perfect one for me. However, they do have one that has black in the handles, and they also have one that has this really pretty kind of bone creamy color on the handles as well, if that's something that you're more interested in. But for me personally, this was perfect because it has all the neutral tones that I always use. And bonus tip, I wore it the other day, but I was also wearing a lot of blue. So because I have one of the other solid ones, this matched perfectly with it. So I decided to pop off the crossbody and switch them out. So I was using the clear bag with the blue, and because it still has the gold and the brown, it matched just as well. So I felt like I could really get the most use out of this. And then going back to my last favorite I just mentioned, this is why I bought the brown little leather guy, is because this wallet fits in here absolutely perfectly. And as you can see, it just coordinates really well. So I have that in there, and I mean, look, it takes up literally no room. It just sits in there perfectly. So this bag works wonders. I do want to also quickly mention, because I've been able to use them a lot now, and I can tell you, I can't believe how useful and the quality of these things for the price, especially. These are so comfortable and soft, and these glide so easily. Not to mention, it has the little extra goodie right here, which, I mean, a lot of these kind of handbags at this price point don't have little details like this. So I have this as small as it can go right now, and so it actually just operates as like a regular, sorry about that, a regular little purse, and everything holds really well. It's not flopping. But if I need it crossbody, I mean, I just literally yank this and it just slides, and I can just make it as loose or as tight as I want, and the whole thing just slides with it. So, I mean, you guys, if you need a bag that's clear for upcoming events, games, whatever, I highly recommend these things, obviously. I mean, I almost want to go back and buy more. All right, you guys, I do have a favor to ask. If you have decided to purchase one of these, I've been talking about them probably for a couple months now, or if you got I think Amazon makes one, or if you were spendy and got a Longchamp one, let us know in the comments below, which one so far have you found is great? Do you like bags that are this size? You know, give us all the details, because for some reason, I'm just really into this kind of a bag right now. Home category favorites are actually in my house somewhere else, so let's take a field trip. So I purchased 2 rugs, and they have quickly become home favorites. This rug is actually washable. No, it is not Ruggable or any of those brands that you see on the internet. This one I was able to get at World Market, and it was very reasonably priced. It was well under $100. Now, with this rug though, you are not gonna get the padding, but I will say I have had Ruggable in the past, and you have to buy the pads separately as well. So what World Market does is they just make it kind of, it's not sticky or anything, but it does have a little bit of a texture so that it's washable. And then they sell what I call the more traditional little cream colored rug pads to kind of hold it in place. And personally, I think I'm gonna like this a lot better, because even though I did have really good luck with my indoor Ruggable rugs, what I noticed after having them for a few years is that mold, and this has scared me so bad, mold actually grew like underneath the rug, because I think it was waterproof, and I don't know what happened, but there was some sort of moisture, and it was coming up, and it was getting trapped under the like waterproof little section. So that scared me horribly, and I just literally threw them all away. I didn't even try to fix that. And I bought this one because to me it just felt like it was going to be a lot more breathable, and the pads that you can purchase actually have holes in them as well. So yeah, they're not as waterproof, but I think that this is going to be better for me, and I just don't want mold growing in my house. The next rug is this wool rug, and it is a little bit pricier. This one was about $249, but it is thick and plush, and oh my gosh, I love it. It does not have padding either underneath, so if you wanted like a non-skid padding, you definitely are gonna need to purchase that separately. Again, World Market does sell them for their rugs, or of course you could buy the ones that you find at other stores as well. But I was just so happy to find this one. It's very unique with this kind of light brown and cream tone, but then it pulled in this blue and this beautiful kind of goldenrod color, and then these are like plums and lavenders, which is not usually something I do, but oh my gosh, I don't know, for some reason this rug just really spoke to me. And this is a good size rug, so I really thought that the $249 was a good price point for it. This one is 5 by 8, and this is the World Market Aurora rug. So yeah, definitely beautiful. I'm excited about this. I'm super late to the game with these little like suction phone mounts, but I finally got myself one. I found it at Target, and it was the Heyday brand. So super inexpensive. This sucker works really well, and I'm just gonna put it on a phone case for, you know, if there's a few of you out there that don't know what these are and have been living in a cave like I have. Because I'm telling you, everybody else has been using these things for years, and I just got one. But they work actually almost too well in some cases. So you suction it onto your phone case, and then you can suction it onto a mirror or a window or some smooth flat surface, and you can position it any way you want so that you can actually take video or pictures, set timers, whatever you want to do. And it's just super helpful because there's just some places where maybe you need to take a picture or a video and you don't really have maybe a person there to help do that. So this works. It also helps if you are the type that, well, obviously does content creation, but if you maybe need to record yourself doing something, or, you know, you're a little embarrassed, but you want to see what maybe an outfit's really going to look like on you, or how you did your hair or makeup. I mean, just glue this onto your mirror, record yourself or take your picture or whatever, and you're good to go. Now, the only warning I will give you that I've noticed personally is whatever you stick it to, it's going to leave a little bit of a mark, like kind of just, I don't know, from the suction cup or what. So it is going to leave little like dots on your mirror, and you have to kind of wipe them off with like a microfiber cloth or something like that. And whatever you're suctioning it to needs to be very secure. So if you just had like a free hanging mirror or something in your room and you slap this on there, it's going to stick, but you're going to have to be very careful peeling it off because you don't want to rip anything off the walls. And then I also say that because we want to be respectful of other people's things too. So, you know, I bought this so that I could use this kind of in public or maybe in dressing rooms when I'm doing try-ons and things, but I don't want to mess up people's stuff, you know, so I am going to have to be very careful where I stick it and make sure that I don't mess any, you know, of the mirrors up, and then I'll definitely have to have a little cloth to wipe it off. So, you know, just use it with caution, but they're really great. And I just found mine in store at Target. And then of course they can just peel right off, so you don't have to keep it permanently on your phone either. A couple of beauty items really quickly. I finally bought some more of the Timeless 20% vitamin C, ferulic acid, and vitamin E solution. Now, I have used this pretty consistently for, I think, a couple years now, especially this company. I really like it. It's very affordable, and it ships straight to your house. Now, I did take a big break this summer because I just was wanting to minimize everything I was slapping on my face all the time, but I really missed it, to be honest. And they more recently were having a 50% off sale. So that's kind of one of the tips I wanted to tell you is, yes, this is $75 basically full price, but they always run like 30, 40, 50% off deals. So even if you end up paying shipping, it's still way cheaper in the long run. And this is the largest for $75. They have two other smaller sizes beginning at like $26. So you're not really putting a ton of money out there, especially if you want to try one of the smaller bottles. But overall, for value for me, it ends up being a better deal because I do use this very faithfully, and I do go through it before it goes off. And I do have to mention, it's been kind of a little while since I actually had to order one. They've gone to glass bottles. So this is so heavy and luxe feeling, and it just feels like it's not going to break. Some of their original models bottles, I'm gonna call them, kind of were a little sketchy. And one of the first times I ever bought a big bottle, I actually popped off, they were plastic, I actually popped off the lid on accident and spilled some, and that's so frustrating. So I'm so glad that they are basically taking probably some input and, you know, reinvesting back into their company and just getting better and better. I love this stuff. It just squirts out. It's very liquidy and it's clear. So just kind of be careful when you spray it. I mean, you know, because it will bounce off and spray if I just spray it right here. So you do want to put it in your hand and then kind of just put it on your face. You don't want to be like spraying it on things because you'll definitely lose product. But oh my gosh, love this stuff. Next product, if you've been watching a few of my shorts lately, you're going to see that this is familiar, but this is the IGK Good Behavior. It obviously has to go in a favorites video because I could from now on put this in every favorites video. This is the protein smoothing spray, and I like using it as I put a heat protect and a multi-use kind of like liquidy spray into my hair, but then I spray this afterwards, and I've done this on wet hair and dry hair, and I just feel like it makes my hair so much smoother and sleeker, and it just, especially when you're doing like a blowout and you're gonna maybe do some curling or whatever later. Oh my goodness, not to mention the smell, you guys. I mean, really, after I spray it, even several hours later, my husband, my family, they're like, you smell so good, Mom, what's going on? And it's this, it's divine. I love it. And it's pretty readily available wherever IGK is. I get mine at Ulta because I can use my coupons, and they actually had this 50% off on one of their first 21 Days of Beauty sales. So I grabbed a second bottle as a backup, but I'm hoping that the 21 Days of Beauty does what it has in the past, where like on the like 21st or 22nd day, they kind of go back and like put everything on 50% off again. So I'm hoping they'll do that. I'm keeping an eye out for the end of the sale, which I think is in like mid-September. I've got one, what I'm calling a food favorite, because, you know, you do ingest it. This is actually a hydration drink. And I'm not going to say that I think hydration drinks are like required, like the internet is saying right now, for every single thing, you know, all the time. But I do enjoy them. However, I don't think we all need to be sucking down like mass quantities of sodium and calories and stuff when really water just does the job, you know. But there are times when I think that this is definitely beneficial. And if you live in an area like me, I mean, it's been 104 for the last few days, you just get kind of tired of sucking down water. You need a little bit more. If you're sweating, you do need, you know, extra boost of things. So I found this Ultima. I get it primarily through Whole Foods, I believe is where I've been buying it lately. And I think there's a few other retailers that you can find it once in a while. So this is just currently the flavor I have. It's watermelon. It's a very interesting flavor. You know, I don't know if watermelon's for everyone, but I just have this one currently. And I'll open it up to show you. It's little. And so I love these little packets because you can just pop them open easily, and you can just mix it in your reusable cup. You can throw it in a water bottle, whatever, grab and go. They can work very easily in, you know, your purse, your wallet, whatever. Now, why I like these. So these are free of sugar, carbs, and calories. They're gluten-free, vegan, and keto-friendly. And then they have plant-based colors, and then they have no artificial sweeteners. So in comparison, and I do buy the others, I do have these. These are the Costco size of the single packets from Liquid IV. The difference here though, this has, let's see, where are we? 55 milligrams of sodium. These have 500 milligrams of sodium. That is what they say is 22% of the daily recommended value. That's a lot of sodium, you guys. Now, this has its place, and I think it's for athletes. I think it's for people who are out and about and in the sun and truly sweating out the salts in their bodies. You know, so I think of these more as like a true Gatorade and like what Gatorades were created for. These also have 50 calories, and they have, let's see, 13 carbs and 11 total sugars. This again is 0 calories, 0 sugars. I believe they use stevia. And then these also are a little higher in a lot of like phosphorus, vitamin C, They have a lot of magnesium in them, zinc, that type of stuff. So I personally, for what I'm needing right now, this is going to meet my needs way more than this. And this definitely serves its purpose, but for the athletes in our family. The last item that I have to mention, and I'm kind of sad, honestly, is the fail. And it's a fail for a specific reason. So you've got to hear me out on this, guys. It's the Revi Beauty. These are their pencils. They are their, let's see, what are they called? Easy Everyday Brow Pencil. Now, when these first launched a couple months ago, I think I got these somewhere around June. I got two colors. So I got taupe, and then I got, I think this is like dark brown maybe? Yeah, dark brown. So I have not touched this one yet. This is still in the package. The taupe is the one that I'm going to discuss. So let's talk about the positives first. Okay, very, very luxe, soft, nice packaging. I really enjoy it. So you pop off the gold end, and that has what's supposed to be the little like nano sized pencil. The other side has the little pretty good sized spoolie brush. Okay. I love packaging, but at the end of the day, I need product. And this is $24 full price. It's 0.002, is it grams? Is that what we call it here? Ounces. And just for reference, this is like a Sarah B Beauty one. This is something that I purchased. Sarah B, I know her personally. This is 0.003 ounces for a very comparable price. Then I went back and I looked on Ulta, and a lot of the products start at 0.003 ounces and go up from there. So this is a little less than that. And what I will say to this is when I first tried it, I was so frustrated. I popped it open, and like I said, it's a very, very small little tip on it, which is great because you can actually do brow hairs and stuff. I mean, that's the whole point of this. However, I popped it up. I mean, I didn't go way high, nothing. I just barely popped it up, probably maybe a couple, I don't know, millimeters or so, like not even a centimeter, I would say. And I went like this and it snapped. And so there was my first little chunk that just broke off. And I thought, oh gosh, okay, this is soft. I need to be really careful. And so I had to be extremely cautious. So I would just barely put a tiny bit up, and I would use it, and then I would just kind of just very carefully use it. So it's definitely not one of those products that you're going to be able to go like super fast, because you will get sloppy, you will break it, okay? Once it goes on, it's beautiful. It does work well. It's very soft. It doesn't tug your skin. It draws the lines like I need to. And to be fair, I have zero eyebrows. So I do, I have to do my little line here. I have to do a few little strokes. And then I always go up here and kind of like, draw it up, whatever. However, this thing, I bought it at some point in June. It's now the end of August. I went to use it the other day and it was totally empty. Now, I don't use this not even close to every day. I have several brow products that I kind of go through just depending on the day, depending on how much of a hurry I'm in. I have like the bigger, thicker pencils from ABH that you have to sharpen when I really, just want to draw something on. I have powders, you name it. So this was not a daily item that I used and just flew through. I want to say I used this maybe 10 times and it's gone. It's absolutely gone. And so I am going to really pay attention on this next one. Like I'm going to actually, this sounds bad, but I'm going to take notes. I'm going to actually mark like hashed marks, of every single time I use this one to see how many uses I actually get out of these. Because even though it's a beautiful product, beautiful packaging, at the end of the day, if I can only use this 10-ish times before I'm out, that's $24. Plus I'm purchasing these from an independent company, which I'm happy to support, but you also have to pay shipping, and their, returns are a little, more of a process and all of that. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's easier just to buy a much more accessible product that's going to last me just as long, if not longer, yeah. So again, Allie Glines, love her, and I think that she made an incredible product, but if it's not going to get me very far, then I just can't see spending $24 per item on it. So that's my take on that. That does it for my August 2025 favorites and one fail. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and do me a huge favor. Let me know about some eyebrow pencils because like I said, I currently have like 3 going right now. I have my Revi that I need to get through again. I have this one that I need to finish, and then I have a few ABH ones that are sharpenable. So let me know because I feel like I just haven't landed on the perfect one yet. I do like my CeraVe a lot, but you know, I'm always happy to try something new. All right, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and until next time, I'll see you soon.